Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Stellar Lumens, aka XLM. So with that being said, let's just dive on in and let's start off with a few things. So one of the biggest talking subjects on this channel is essentially just how big of an opportunity we have in front of us when we are talking about crypto. A few people kind of overlook that, and it's simply because, maybe their expectations are not met immediately, right? Because this is not going to be a quick journey. This is not, hey, let me invest on Monday and by Friday, well, guess what? I'll be rich, right? And that false narrative around how fast crypto moves is pretty illogical. To me personally, I think that as we look at crypto today, there is, future Amazons, future Googles, future Apples of the world. And, when I say that, it's honestly almost disrespectful to some of the projects in the space, because I actually see them as much larger components to the global financial system and the global system itself than Apple and Amazon and Google. Because, at the end of the day, like as we look at crypto, a lot of these projects are actually bigger than these projects. And their impact will be much larger than these companies as well. So as we look at what's happening here, I think that we're getting to the point where maturity is going to be in the space, and they are going to take utility very seriously. And I also think that Stellar with XLM is set to dominate the world with its incredible advancements around tapping into incredible efficiencies with blockchain and DLT, just like Ripple is doing with XRP, and just like many other products in the space like Hedera, Quant, you name it, right? And the reason why I bring this up is because we are starting to see the big moves being made. For an example, the United Kingdom back in October said that they are going to regulate crypto in 2024, next year, which is a pretty major statement if you think about it. But beyond this, we see them already beginning to do so. We see this just from recently, and I included this in an XRP video actually. The UK is ready to regulate stablecoins. We do see UK stablecoin regulation begins to take shape in multiple FCA BOE documents as well. It's not expected to come into force until 2025, but it seems as though they are moving pretty quickly on regulations. And, that's why I want to bring up the idea of maturity and things like that around the space, because, I do think that there is going to be a moment in the space where people finally realize, like, okay, well, maybe I was missing the whole picture here, because I strongly believe that the utility gems in the space like XLM, XRP, HBAR, QNT, you name it, I do think that these are going to be much larger than anything in the history of humanity, because this is one of the largest technological advancements that we have ever seen. It's going to relatively change the way money is moved, money is settled, how value is created. Tokenizing everything of value is not, some unheard of statement. This is truly happening. Like, we are going to see everything of value tokenized. And when you think about that, like how much money is going to flow on chain? Stellar, we've already seen this happen with, Franklin Templeton. There's over $300 million right there that got immediately brought on chain. And that's just the beginning. Like, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Over the course of the next couple years, we are truly going to see trillions flowing into the space. And it's not, me trying to sell you guys a used car or anything like that. It's honestly the truth. Like, we are going to start to see the big moves being made in order to open up the floodgates to that amount of money. But also beyond that, right? There was an incredible post that got posted by Kevin Cage back in March. And I did include this in a recent video actually, but I'm going to bring it back up because, I do think that this kind of puts things into perspective on the significance behind this space. So Web 2 came between 1999 to present day, 20 years of transformation. It gave birth to new industries and markets. Web 3 is just getting started. The crypto asset class will be a major asset class alongside the others. Global equity market, e.g. stocks, is $117 trillion. Bonds, $128 trillion. Commodities, $19 trillion. Global real estate market, commercial and residential, $326.5 trillion. Global derivatives market, highly intangible, $600 trillion to over $1 quadrillion. Crypto, just a mere fraction of this wealth. And listen, I understand that these valuations that get thrown out, oh, trillion this, trillion that, quadrillion this, it kind of sounds unbelievable. But at the end of the day, like, this is how much money is out there in the world. And it's untapped, and it has been untapped because there has been nothing that has come close to what crypto can do to these major asset classes and markets. That's why we haven't seen this type of money be touched at all in terms of technology, because nothing actually had the key in order to unlock these amounts of wealth. So as we look at crypto, like, for the first time in a very, very long time, we finally get something that can revolutionize a lot of these markets. And ultimately speaking, crypto itself, this technology is still very well in its infancy. Like, we are still in the beginning of what Web 2 was doing. And this is Web 3. This is a whole new world. And I do think that a lot of people are overlooking this. I think that a lot of people are they don't get it. And I understand that they won't get it, right? And it's hard to have somebody, believe you when you say, like, yeah, crypto is going to be a $100 trillion asset class in the future, because it seems unheard of, right? Like, it seems, too good to be true. But, ultimately speaking, if you pay attention, if you are understanding what's actually happening here, and if you look into some of these utility gems and the value behind them, well, then you finally will realize just how big of an opportunity we have in front of us. But beyond that, right, like, we already have incredible use case potential here building out on a lot of these networks like Stellar. Traditional banking tends to underserve Latin America and Africa, making it hard for residents to receive international payments or protect their money from devaluation. Here's how Decaf, built on Stellar, comes in. Decaf is a blockchain-enabled platform focusing on remittances and payments. Their mission, making crypto accessible and user-friendly and bridging the gap between fiat and digital assets. By leveraging the efficient and low cost of the Stellar network, Decaf provides a secure and accessible platform for its users, making transactions faster, cheaper, and trustworthy. Again, one thing that I've always noted whenever I talk about Stellar is their overall ambition to become the bridge to mass adoption of crypto. Those on and off ramps are so damn crucial to mention, because listen, like, they are truly being a pioneer around mass adoption. I've talked about this even with Telcoin, actually. Recently, I made a video on Telcoin where I was talking about how they are also a key that could unlock doors of opportunity to achieve mass adoption. And Stellar is just another one in that game, but Stellar is on a whole new level, and they have been on a whole new level for a while, which is also another reason why I talk about Stellar so greatly. And a lot of people, say, like, why even hold XLM if you hold XRP? It's because, like, these are two projects that are focused on completely two different avenues. And that's also why I've always said, like, Stellar is truly changing the world in terms of the P2P sector. And this is also why I say, like, they will dominate globally. But also, we see the Stellar network is super efficient, and it costs almost nothing to send money abroad or conduct a transaction. But the real beauty of the Stellar network is not just the technology, but that it is also trusted. Now, let's talk about real-world impact. Today, thousands of Latin Americans navigate easily between crypto and fiat using Decaf via the Stellar network. $200,000 worth of USDC off-ramped per week. 6 continents where Decaf users leverage MoneyGram on and off-ramps. Decaf is a game changer for Latin America, demonstrating the power of blockchain to make crypto usable and accessible worldwide. And there is a video here. It's about roughly 8 minutes long. I highly suggest everybody go check it out and get a feel of what Decaf really is doing. Their co-founder is really kind of giving guys an insight of what's actually happening here behind Decaf. But beyond that, I do want to play this quick 2-minute long video. This is from Decaf themselves. When you see how will mass adoption of crypto payments happen, the same way Fernanda's parents understood what she did for work. They saw it actually solve a problem in their own lives. Check this out.
Because my parents could never understand what was I doing. Like, they didn't get it till one day I told my cousin that lives in the US. She sends money every month to my mom to give it to her brother. So I told her, you know what? Now you can start using Decaf, and then you will save money, and then the money will get faster to my mom. And then she actually did it, and in the moment that happened, now my parents were like, it was like an aha moment. Like, now they actually get what is my business about, what are we doing? And I think that the same will happen in the payments space, that when people start seeing that they can use crypto to pay for also that there is an easy way to send that crypto that they got to their bank account or get cash is when the switch will happen and then people will start adopting it. And I mean, we have been working on this for like 2 years now, and a big blocker that we saw was that the ecosystem wasn't there yet. Like everyone was talking about NFTs and things like that. No one was really focusing on real life problems. But I think that now, 2 years later, the ecosystem has started to actually look at that. And we have seen like way more companies focus on payments, of on and off ramps, all of these stuff that are popping up every day. Like sometimes we are like, oh no, they don't have this new potential partner. And then I think that is something that is helping a lot because now there are more people focusing on that, which will make that it is easier for these businesses to on and off ramp because there are more partners, and if there are more partners, that means that the competition will be better, they will offer better rates, it's not predatory fees, it's not just, I don't know, MoonPay charging 9% to get on and off of the ecosystem. So I think that now we are getting into a moment where this is actually starting to make more sense.
Totally. So there you guys have it. And if you guys couldn't understand that, because I do know that the audio was a little bit rough, overall what happened was she had her mom send and possibly even receive a transaction, and then she finally realized just how fast things are moving within the crypto world, right? Because listen, I've said it even in my XRP videos, like today we have instant payments. I could send a payment right now on PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, you name it. The problem is the settlement layer, right? There is no settlement layer. The settlement layer takes 3 to 5 days, astronomical fees, failure rates. It's not transparent. There's a lot of problems. But in the world of crypto, like all of that changes immediately. And that's what gets me very excited about this, because I think that as soon as people realize just how big of a game changer some of these major efficient projects are behind the scenes, I think that that's where we will start to see the flood of users coming in and saying like, yeah, this makes my life a lot easier. This streamlines my entire business flow. This, streamlines business payments and things like that. And it's unlocking a ton of, trapped capital, a ton of, money that could very well be just going to fees in today's society. So, blockchain is truly unlocking a ton of opportunity within and outside of the business sector, the P2P sector, you name it. But also, right, as we see what's going on with Stellar, and as we see what's going on with regulations, and we see the world of finance being reshaped by crypto, I think that's only a matter of time until people finally take advantage of the opportunity in front of them. But I don't want this to be a too late scenario where, I'll wait on it. I'll wait to see what happens. No, like I want people to finally see like, listen, this is happening now. And, listen, I can only try to help as much as I possibly can. I think that eventually we will start to see people see it. But, I do fear at that point in time that it will already be too late. But a lot of great things are happening around the space. We've started to see a lot of great things happen in just the last year alone. And I think that this is only going to continue to accelerate. I think that the world of traditional finance is flowing already into crypto. I think that a lot of the biggest giants out there are already starting. I think that we are starting to see tokenization becoming a spotlighted agenda, which has already happened. Franklin Templeton, like I said, on Stellar is a game changer. And with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, this has been Nick. Peace out.